Ska gå för mig sen.
Relax.
Kolla. Oh, why, hello there. Hello, Julia. I'm so glad you've joined us. Welcome back to you as well. So, what are we doing today? Oh, and Minion is back as well. Minion is a celebrity, I would also like to add. He's now known as Minion throughout the world. He's lost his name. Why are you doing that?
I don't want to do that.
So, and he's shy, obviously, doesn't like being put on the spot. And I've heard a few comments.
You know that.
I know that. And I've heard that I might not be as nice to him as I should. I've been told off by a few people that I am being mean to him in the public eye. So to all of you who have cautioned me on my behavior towards Minion, I apologize. I will try my best to be more respectful. So today we're doing a Pilates sequence to introduce us back to action, if you will. So a little bit of everything. If you've been in one of my classes this week, it's a repeat of what we've been doing in the class. So when you're ready, you can lie down on your tummies. And roll down on, back. Roll down on your...
I love the fact that you say tummies and then you lie on your back.
I'm so sorry. I have noticed that even in class, I'm just not great with my language. I'm very confusing. I'm surprised people come to the class, if I'm honest. Okay. So when you're ready, just take your legs from side to side and relax side to side. So it's a Pilates day today. A little bit of an activation of everything, and then we will continue on with a little bit more flowy stuff. We've got a quick low plank sequence towards the end, which is going to be very shoulder specific. We're going to work on the shoulders as well, which I think we've done this before we left. So a very shoulder specific plank, and then I've got my shirt the wrong way around. Sorry, I'm not going to change it now. You'll just have to deal with the tags. And then back to the middle, hug in your knees, big hug in. See if you can get your knees to come to your chest. Now, the reason why I can't do it today is because my pants are too tight. I don't have that give in my yoga pants. My cloudy pants is too tight. Okay, so in a tight little ball, we're going to roll up into that ball. We're going to tuck in our tummies and we're going to activate our abs, Louis. And we're going to, if you have a sore neck at any time, tuck in your chin a little bit more or hold on to your neck. You don't really want to strain that. It's not necessary. So you can just hold on to your neck throughout the sequence if your head starts to get heavy. You've got a big head. Okay, we're going to let go and stay in the tight little ball. And just hold that again. You can just hold on to your neck if you have to. Tuck in your chin. Hold that, squeeze a little bit harder. And then we're going to pulse in 8 times. Knee coming to our shoulders. So we're going to pulse it in 1. Small pulses, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hug it in. Grab your legs, stay up, and slowly roll down to the bottom. Bring your legs into a block shape. Hands into the air, head down. We're going to do a slow dead bug. Focus a lot on not arching your back, so tuck in that tailbone, tuck in the ribs. Do not move the torso. If you take your arm back, try not to run the arm up to your ear. Keep the shoulder down and just get that movement in the shoulder joint instead of running it up to get some length, because you are going to stretch, but you have to stretch it down. So that's the difference you can see on the screen between the shoulder going up and the shoulder going down. Okay, arms locked out, legs into a block shape, opposite hand, opposite foot, take it down. Remember to keep those shoulders intact. Keep them back and down, nice and slow. Don't move the torso. And just enjoy that little activation of the TVA. And big flexors, incidentally. If you don't have space, You don't have to lock out your arms. You can have it bent. Just make sure you're not riding that shoulder up to your ear. There's nothing wrong with doing it. So if you are doing it and you really can't figure it out and it's bothering you, don't worry too much. It's just so that you don't use the upper shoulder muscles and just get those lower serratus anterior muscles and all those teres minor, teres major, all those muscles working. So it's just to shift the movement. So what?
Very important exercise.
Shift. Where?
It sounds like
I didn't get it. To shift the movement.
it sounded like you missed the F out.
Shift the movement. Thank you, Louis. And last one, back to the middle. Hug in your knees. Just give your legs a little bit of a roll and a shake. So I can't think of anything else now. I'm like a teenager. If there's a swear word, I get excited. Okay, send your legs straight up to the ceiling, straighten them out if you can. Just give them a little stretch. You can wiggle your toes or you can wiggle your legs a little bit. Nice little stretch. So we're doing my favorite little wide leg thing. So squeeze up, all the way up. Lift up your leg, lift up your head. You can tuck in your chin. And then we're just going to open and close. And as you come up to the close, squeeze up a little bit. Open. Open. Close. And squeeze up. Squeeze up. And back. Now squeeze up. Pulse it up for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hugging your knees, roll it down. Shake out the legs. We're going for another dead bug. This time we're doing both arms back. Again, that's just to get your shoulders used to that shrugging down feeling. Again, don't worry too much if you can't do it. Hands and legs in block shape. Single legs, double arms. Hands into the air. Tuck your chin in. Double arms, single legs. Stretch if you can, without lifting up the shoulders. So I used to really struggle with this shoulder shrug thing. I used to shrug it up, stretch it out, and then I really started to focus on shrugging it back. And my headaches and stress headaches has gone almost, I only get it when I sleep bad or I did something to hurt the shoulder. But I don't get headaches anymore. So that is, it does help quite a lot if you focus on that. Now we just need to work on Minyan's headaches. And back to the middle, hugging your legs. Give it a shake or a rounding. Just let those hip flexors relax. Take your feet to the floor and take your legs from side to side. And back to the middle. Okay, we're going straight up again with the legs. Give it a stretch. See if you can have it 90 degrees stretched out. Okay, we're going to squeeze up again. Hold on to your neck if you have to. You don't have to just hover there. Open and shut. Open and close. Open and close. And every time you go up, squeeze up. And squeeze up. Squeeze up. And one more. Keep lifted. Pulse it up for 8. 1, 2, navel to spine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way down. Hug in your left leg. Stretch out your right leg. Big hug in. If you can circle that leg in your hands. And if you come over to the opposite shoulder, you can just give it a little squeeze towards the opposite shoulder. If you want, otherwise just hug it in. Okay, straighten that leg out to the ceiling. Find a nice little stretch for it. So I don't want you to overstretch it. Find a place where that leg feels like it's just having a light stretch. So that stretch eases off eventually. So you're not looking for a massive pull. You can move the foot or the leg, as long as you don't jerk it into you when you move it, like so. You can just have a light little swish of the leg while you're stretching it out. Feel where the stretching is more or less. Move a little bit in the joint if you can. And just hold. Now wait for that to ease off. You can straighten out the leg if you can, but don't worry too much if you can't. So we're going to roll up to that leg. We're going to give it a little bit more of a stretch. Again, don't jerk it. Just find the light stretch. That leg does not have to go over your head. You don't have to have.
Okay.
You don't have to have that amazing hamstring flexibility. You just need to get a light stretch just to get that muscle lengthened. If you have a lot of issues with your hips anyway, I know there's a few people in class that are struggling with that. You'll probably overstretch your hamstring. So if that is you, you hold it like this. I don't want any stretching into the hamstring.
Like me?
No. So let go. See if you can keep the height. You can hold on to your head again if you want. Louis, lift up. Don't look to Louis. Grab that leg. Hold, squeeze up a little bit more.
Oh, I'm out of practice.
Let go, hold the height. Grab the leg, roll down. Hug in the knee and just switch side. So hug in the opposite leg. You can move it around. It's warm, isn't it?
It is warm, yeah. It's nice.
It's nice. So I'm not complaining, but I am sweating.
It's amazing how 12 days just...
Oh, are you feeling it? Are you feeling the claws?
I am.
Okay, straighten out this leg to the ceiling. Find a nice little angle where you feel that stretch. It can be there if you're unflexible or a little bit higher. Again, I don't want overstretching into the hamstrings. It's unnecessary and it injures. And your hamstrings attaches into your seat bones. So you're literally going to have a pain in the butt if you overstretch those. And there's also kind of a repetitive strain thing yoga people get. Like a constant pain in the ass. So just be careful. There's a lot of competition on hamstring stretching. It's like that, the string everyone wants to stretch. So roll up to your leg. Find a comfortable stretch. Let go, keep the height. Grab, keep the height, squeeze up a little bit more. Let go, keep the height. Grab the leg, roll it down. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit more of stretching. And again, it is not to get your leg to go over your head. It's just to lengthen our hamstrings subtly. So it's going to be slow first. We're going to lift the opposite foot an inch off the floor. We're going to pull this into a stretch. Now, I'm going to do this theatrically so that you see what I mean, but please don't send that leg over your head. So ignore my theatrical example and just do it lightly so that you just feel a light stretch. So you're going to pull it into the stretch and switch. Grab, pull it into the stretch, switch. Grab, pull it into the stretch and switch. And you're going to get used to that. You can go, Louis. Pulling in stretching. You can keep your head down with this one, but you're going to get used to that stretching and switching because at one point we're going to do it without actually putting it in with our hands. So pull and stretch, nice and slow. Take your time. You don't have to pull it hard. You don't have to jerk on your leg. You just need to get a light little stretch in, but get used to that feeling of stretching before you switch. Navel to spine. Okay. Grab whichever leg you have, roll up to that leg. We're going to do this, so we're going to do 4 of the grab and switch and stretches, where we still grab the leg. So you're going to stretch and switch, nice and slow. Stretch and switch, control that switch. So don't just let the leg drop. Work against resistance, and then you're going to come back to whichever leg. If you want to, you're going to let go, but you're going to still do the stretch and switch. So stretch and switch. Stretch, stretch, Louis, and switch. Stretch 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 and grabbing your legs. Slide your legs down the mat. Last bit of abs. My favorite abs. Before we go on to the bum, which is going to be horrible, I'm just warning you now. Take your arms over your head. Tuck in your ribs. Tuck in your tailbone. Roll it up to seated. Go for a nice little stretch, which you are going to feel in your back, which is going to feel nice. Again, don't overstretch. Your hamstring should feel okay now, so you won't feel it there. Roll it back up to the top. So we're going to do my favorite, which you all know, because we can't start a new week without my favorite. We're going to roll halfway down and do the twist. When we come back from the twist, that one, we're going to come back and we're going to do like swimming arms for 8. Are you ready? Now this one, I just have to say, I've been doing it, so because I started again this week, I was quite tight, stiff, and I couldn't understand why this bit is so sore. And then I did it yesterday again and I realized why. So this is a lovely external and internal oblique workout. So you might feel it tomorrow if you haven't done anything. Okay, sit up nice and straight. Shrug back your shoulders. Roll it halfway down or wherever you feel comfortable. Shrug your shoulders back. And we're going to twist for 8. And you can really go for it. For 1, 2, 3, shoulders down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back to the middle. And now we're going to do the single arm switch. For 1, 2, shoulders back and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll it up, go for your stretch. Stretch it out, rest it out, enjoy. I'm going to steal some weights at the gym, I think. Don't tell anyone at the gym.
Just buy some weights.
I'm going to buy some weights at the gym. It's better when it's free or stolen.
Honestly, really.
I'm not advocating that at all. No, I'm joking. I'm going to buy some weights because I'm now adamant to get a push-up, to be able to do a push-up. So yesterday when I went to the gym, I took the weights and I tried to see, is it tricep, is it bicep, is it shoulders? I'm going to get some weights. And one of these days, I will be able to do a push-up, and I'm very excited. Shrug the shoulders back. Sit up straight. Let's roll it down. Halfway down. Shrug the shoulders back. Start to do your twist for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And 1 with the switches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll it up. Stretch it out. And we're done with abs. Yay. We're going over to butt. Bum. So we're going to do a glute bridge, which means you're not going to use your quads very much and you're not going to use your back extenders very much. So you shouldn't feel it in your quads. A little bit, obviously, of pressure in the quads, but not loads. A lot in the bottom and nothing almost in the back. So if you do feel it in your back, the keywords, which I'm going to keep saying because your bum is so lazy,
everyone's bums, not yours, that it wants to let go immediately. So you will have to just remind your bum to squeeze the 20-pound note. So we're going to do the glute bridge. Height is not what you're looking for. I say this a lot. You're just looking for a squeeze in the butt. So feet down, hip distance apart. Try not to go too high, because as soon as you go too high, you are going to use your quads. Tuck in your tailbone. Don't lift up yet. Just tuck that tailbone up like you're holding in a noisy little thing. A poop. So squeeze it up, hold you like you're holding in something. Now take the 20-pound note, squeeze it between your butt cheeks. So squeeze the notes, tuck the tailbone up. That is 2 actions. The one is a tailbone tuck, and the one is a squeeze. And you should get used to the both actions at the same time. So tuck and squeeze. The 20-pound note is now stuck. Don't drop it. So you're going to keep it there. Then we're going to lift up to the shoulders. Don't go for height. Hold the 20-pound note, squeeze the tailbone up. Once you're up, tuck your ribs in. So this means, as you can see, I don't have loads of height, but I'm not arching because my ribs are in and my 20-pound is stuck and my tailbone is up, which means that my glutes are out of the picture. So tuck up, squeeze the bum, tuck the ribs. That's where you are. And hold it there. And then again, check. Tuck up, squeeze the bum, tuck the ribs. And we're just going to pulse up, which means that there's no other actions happening. It's just you squeezing your butt a little bit harder. So pulse up for 8. 1, squeeze the bum. That's going to be the lift, nothing else. So squeeze the bum, it's small. So for 8 counts, I think we're at 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it up. Squeeze the bum, tuck the tailbone, tuck the ribs. Again, so keep that rib tucked because your back will start to feel it if you arch. Uh-oh.
Okay.
No, he's okay still. I'm doing this for you.
I know.
Okay, imagine you have got an exercise band around your legs. You've got resistance going out. So you're going to tuck up, squeeze the bum, tuck the ribs, and move the legs against resistance, out and in. So you're going to pulse it out and in for 8. 7, squeeze the bum, tuck the ribs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze, tuck, tuck, hold. Again, we're going to pulse. So just squeezing the bum for 8. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze the bum. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Squeeze up. Roll it down. We're going to wait for Minion because he needs to really do this. Roll down, hug in your knees, and give it a squeeze because your back did arch regardless of how hard you tried. So just get a nice little squeeze in, roll from side to side, and take your feet to the floor and roll your legs from side to side. So we're going to go up again. We're going to do the same sequence. Again, be very aware. As soon as you get tired, as soon as that bum does not want to squeeze, you lose your tailbone tuck, you lose your rib tuck. So trying very hard to do the 3 checklist to hold it there. It's a lazy muscle. And it's got a lot of other muscles that is trying to do the job for it. So just make sure that you are not letting that happen. So feet forward, knees forward. Before we go up, tuck that tailbone up. Make sure it's a tuck, make sure the ribs is in. Now squeeze the bum, 2 different actions. Squeeze and tuck, hold it there. It's especially weighted for you. Are you not glad?
Yes, I am, obviously.
So squeeze and tuck. Now slowly roll up to your shoulders or up the back. Don't go for high, tuck in the ribs. Squeeze the tailbone up. Squeeze the bum, 20-pound note stuck. Is he okay?
Yeah, it's once you.
Okay. Again, we're going for 8 pulses, pulsing up. So just pulse. Squeeze. squeeze and tuck. Squeeze and tuck. And keep it up. So imagine there's a yoga block between your legs and you have to squeeze your knees in a little bit. So against resistance, now this is going to be very difficult to keep that tuck because you're doing an opposing action. So squeeze the blocks a little bit, keep the tuck, drop the ribs because that lifts immediately. Drop the ribs, tuck up, squeeze, frown a lot. Release the block, come back to the middle with your knees, tuck up, squeeze, tuck ribs, and again against the resistance band. So take the knees out and in, keep that tuck, keep the ribs in, against resistance, fake resistance. Imagine there's resistance, and you should start to feel that now. Do you feel it?
Oh my goodness. So much.
So much. Tuck up, squeeze, ribs in. Do the checklist. Don't go for height. And back to the middle. Now heel toe your feet to the side of the mat. Squeeze up a little bit more. Tuck in the ribs. Tuck up the tailbone. Tuck in the ribs. Make sure that stays down. Okay. Squeeze your 20-pound note and pulse up for 8, which is just a bum squeeze. Nothing else is working. So bum squeeze, the more extension you have in your glute, the higher you will be able to go. But just squeeze the bum. It's a lazy, 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 lazy muscle. We've got a jingle for the glute. Squeeze it up. Just keep squeezing. Tuck the ribs, tuck the tailbone, squeeze. Okay, stay up. Resistance band out for 8. Squeeze up, tuck the ribs. Navel to spine. Do you feel it?
I can't hold anymore.
No, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. It's a lazy muscle. Keep telling yourself that. It's a big muscle. It can do it. It's just lazy. So just keep squeezing. And slowly roll it down. Keep the tailbone tucked though. Don't let go of that. And then once your back is down, release. Huh?
I want to swear.
I swear. Hug in your knees.
Oh my goodness.
Ah.
I'd rather climb snow than do that.
So this will make you climb snow very much faster. So this is one you can do at your own time. You don't have to do this for this extent of time that we've done it. If you've not done this for ages, you're going to feel it tomorrow. After that, you won't feel it again, which doesn't mean that it's not working. It just means the muscle is getting used to the activation. So if you really are worried about your glute strength, or you have knees turning in, feet turning out, knee issues, hip issues, back issues, this is a very good sequence which you can really knock down in terms of holding it. You can hold it for less time. But if you really focus on the tailbone tuck, the bum squeeze, and the ribs in, and you don't try and go for height, you will be able to activate those glutes enough to start seeing a difference in other bits of the body. Okay, with that said, with my little speech done, you can roll up to seated. Go onto your hands, knees. It's the time.
Right.
So we won't be able to do the shoulder work. Unfortunately, I've ran out of time. I'll do that a different day. But you can just, you can just sit like that, shrug your shoulders back a little bit, theatrically. So really go for the shrug. Shrug it forward, shrug it back. Get movement into that shoulder. Open up your chest as you shrug it back. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Shrug. And shrug. I've got a nice little shoulder sequence we'll do. But just theatrical shrugs. Wake up those shoulders. So this shrug we're doing, we're going to quickly, I'm going to skip all the other stuff. Go to the low plank for a complete core shoulder work. I'll quickly show you what we're going to do. But just before I go down, if you're in plank, the movement is in your shoulders. You're going to do like a little circle to one side and then circle to the other side. The rest of your body, so you can put your legs together and squeeze so that they stay stable, is not moving. It's going to move secondary to the shoulder movement. So your shoulders will do the work. the rest of your body will naturally follow. But I don't want you to dip and stick out your bum to aggravate the movement, if you know what I mean. Holly, just go. Okay. So I'll quickly show you, and then we'll go together. So when you are, you can put your knees down with this one as well. You don't have to be in low plank if your shoulders can't take the pressure. But we're going to go into low plank if you can. Shoulders over elbows, and the rest is tucked together. So if you put your feet together and you squeeze your bum together, that's going to keep you stable. And the only thing that's going to move is your shoulders. So you're going to dip to one side. So as you can see, my body follows, but my body is not doing this. So you're not looking for body movement. That's staying stable. And then we're going to go to the other side for a bit. So just wait, Louis. So shoulder movements. Think theatrical with the shoulders. You won't be able to get loads of movement in because you've got a lot of pressure on the shoulders. But if you think you're moving a lot, you'll move a little bit more than you think you can, if you know what I mean. It's psychological. Okay. Elbows down. Zip the legs together. Come forward. Make sure that the rest of the body is very stable and start to move. So you're dipping in and pushing out into one direction, keeping the rest of the body very stable. So you're going in one direction first. Don't let go of your core to help your shoulders. And then come back to plank. Now you're going the other direction. Push up, dip in, back to plank, knees down, and push it back to child's pose. Oh, we've run out of time. What's the time? Yes.
You can carry on, I've got to go.
Okay, just child's pose quickly. And because we've done so many bum and shoulder stuff, let's just stretch the lats. Walk your hands towards one side, keep your hips down and just go for that stretch. Or don't do that. Okay, back to the middle. Stretch it out. Walk it to the other side. Ooh, this side's tight. Stretch into those lats. Try and squeeze your chest down to your knees. Keep the hands where it is, and you should feel the difference as soon as you drop the shoulder. Just stretch it out a little bit more, keeping the hips aligned, dropping the chest down to the knees, and you should feel that lat stretch quite a bit. Back to the middle, and then start to just walk it up to the top. Sit on your knees, take a nice deep breath in, hands to your chest, shrug the shoulders back theatrically. You are done for today. I will see you all tomorrow. It is nice to be back. It's a nice little start for the day, even though I would have loved to stay in the bed a little bit more. See you all tomorrow morning. What else? What did I want to say? Oh no, I forgot. If you're in on today at Ipswich, I'll see you there. Oh, hello, Tanya. Thank you, Tanya. It was nice to see everyone commenting again. I did miss it. Okay, see you all tomorrow for something different, hopefully. I'll have to think of something. And have a lovely, very hot, sunny day.